Hi, I'm Karen. Want to talk a little bit about an upcoming trip we have to Sedona. First, I'd like to invite you to please subscribe. We are trying to grow the channel, and I would really appreciate it. Tom and I are planning a trip to Sedona on September 13th, Friday, and we are taking the train across country. First time we've ever done this. We've done Amtrak quite a few times. We enjoy Amtrak. This is going to be like 52 hours. So it could be something we do once in our life and say we hate it, or maybe we'll love it. We are leaving from, we live in New Jersey, and we're leaving from New York Moynihan train station on Friday at about 3:40. We will arrive in Chicago the next day at about 10 in the morning. And we have a stopover in Chicago until about 2:30. And then we go from Chicago to Flagstaff. So we're leaving Chicago Saturday, Flagstaff Sunday night at about 8:30. Um, so it can be a little tricky. The stopover in Chicago is not that long, so we're hoping we don't have issues because Amtrak sometimes does have delays and does arrive late. Hopefully that leg won't be too bad. We do have lounge access. We have a roomette, which is something we've never tried before because we don't really want to sleep in coach. So roomette has bunk beds, a lower bed. The top bed I hear is claustrophobic. That's Tom's. I get the lower bed. But it does include lounge access in both Moynihan, New York, and Union Station in Chicago. So we'll check that out. I've heard the Moynihan Station is very nice. So we're going to try to get there early on Friday and have lunch and just relax. Um, I do have the Amtrak credit card, which this I think the first year I've had it, it's $95, and it did work for us this year because I was able to get bonus points. So I was able to get from New York to Chicago on points, and then from Chicago to Flagstaff, I was able to use a companion ticket. So Tom is basically free, although you're paying for the roomette, so it would have been the additional cost, not like the roomette's not free at all. But it was still a good deal, and you do get lounge access, which you don't need with the roomette. We're going to evaluate it next year to see. We knew we were taking this trip to see if it's worth it going forward, but it did work out very well for this year. So it should be an experience. We're looking forward to it. We're going to bring a lot of books, podcasts, movies. Dinner is included with the roomettes. To Chicago, it's I think called flexible dining, which isn't supposed to be as nice as the Chicago side, which is traditional dining, but it should be nice, and we're looking forward to it. I'm going to go through a couple of credit cards that I did use, but just be aware that some of these I got on offers. Offers do vary, so you always, if you're interested, check the credit card sites and see what the current offer is. So once we get to Flagstaff, Arizona, we have a stay there at a Hilton. I do have a Hilton credit card. That one I have is free. I got the lower level card. I do travel for work and I do use Hilton, so I get points there. And I did get, I think it was 80,000 bonus points, which was nice. Hilton does not have a great rewards as far as getting points and using points. And that's why I didn't go for a higher level card because I just didn't see the point. But I did have enough points to get a DoubleTree on points free close to the train station because, again, I'm told that don't expect to arrive on time. So we're supposed to arrive about 8:30 in the night, and it could be much later. And I was also told through another site that we like to watch, don't plan something for the next day. Like keep it loose because you don't know what time you're going to arrive. You could arrive at 3 a.m. You could arrive on time. Just be aware. So we are staying in Flagstaff, and then the next morning we're going to rent a car. But first, we'll look around Flagstaff for a bit. We're going to rent a car and drive to Sedona. The car I generally rent using Costco. I'm a Costco member. They're competitive, and I do get a free additional driver. Tom usually does most of the driving, but it's nice to have that on there because frequently you have to pay more for an additional driver. Also, I'm not exactly sure which credit card I'm using, but some of my cards do have rental insurance. So I will be using that and declining collision. The first time I've done that. But I've done the research, and just be careful if you do that. Some of your cards are primary. Make sure your card has collision insurance, but some may be primary, some may be secondary. I did check with my auto insurance, and they do cover rental cars. So you just want to make sure you have everything all set up if you're going to decline. That you do have coverage. Also, one thing my son had told me, he says he always declines coverage, is to take a video of the car before you leave, just in case when you go back they say, hey, that dent wasn't there. So I think that's a real good idea, especially if you're declining coverage, that you walk around the car with video so you have proof that there was whatever dents there were. Another thing to remember about cars is always check pricing. We were flexible with the dates, and I know if I stayed over a Saturday, it was so much more because we're picking up on a Sunday night and dropping off on a Friday. But if I touched a Saturday, a car rental was so much more. We are picking up and dropping off at a different place, so that probably added to it, but I did get a reasonable rate. So we're going to Sedona. We're going to get there sometime Monday. I am staying in another Hilton property. Didn't have enough points for this one. Staying at the Hilton Sedona Summit, which I've looked at online. Seems to have nice reviews. And our plans are to do a tour to the Grand Canyon. That we decided we would do like a day tour, like go with a bus, like a small bus. I haven't exactly decided who I'm using, but we thought it would be nice, rather than driving there, to have a guide, and rather than worrying about where to park and where to go, to just pay for the tour. So that we're planning. Around Sedona, we're going to try a Sedona self-guided tour. I think it's like $10 or something, where it plays in your car and it's GPS activated, and it'll tell you about each spot. So we figured we'd try that, and maybe the first day, and then just see what we want to go back to. We want to do hiking, shopping. There's a bunch of vortexes I want to check out. There's an observatory, dark skies, that we want to check out. So we don't have exact plans for that yet. We kind of know what we want to do. I know there's also a trolley. So we're thinking that we're leaving Friday, and one day is Grand Canyon. So the other days we'll do stuff around Sedona. And then Friday we go to Phoenix, driving to Phoenix. We're going to drop the car back in Phoenix Airport. There is a zoo along the way that I'm looking at, if it works. If not, we'll just drive to Phoenix, look around Phoenix. Our flight's not till that evening, 4:30, United. I also have a United card. I was able to get this one on points too. The card is $95 a year. You get some lounge passes. You get 2 free check bags, one for you and your companion each way, which is a plus. You get some priority boarding. There's also some travel insurance on the card. You can also get your global or TSA $100 every 4 years. So actually, we both have that card, which I don't know if in the future we're both going to have it, but for the points and just for where we were, it was worth it. So that's 4:30, and then we're coming back into Newark at after midnight, which is kind of late, and we'll just kind of Uber home. So these are plans. So we're trying to plan, but also keep it flexible. I think we'll get a better idea. I hear Sedona is beautiful. We're looking forward to it. We have some other plans for later in the year and next year that we'll share. But that's about it for now. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful, and we'll see you soon. We'll post all about Sedona and the Grand Canyon. Bye.